Good afternoon, and welcome to our most recent presentation. Today's presentation is titled AI Chat Blocks. My name is Michael Randolph, and of course, I'm with the Center for Nonprofit and Community Development. Today's presentation is going to be your complete guide to AI-powered conversational technology. We're going to be talking about definition, how they work, types, applications, and benefits and risks as well. Keep in mind that AI consists of way more than chat blocks, but we're talking about chat blocks today. Let's get busy, as they say. What is an AI chat block? Well, AI Chatbot is a software program that uses artificial intelligence and natural language process. That's NLP. Natural language process, NLP. This is going to come up a couple times in the presentation, so remember that. To stimulate human-like conversation, That is, understanding what you say and responding intelligently in real time. Let's break down the different parts of it. First is conversation. It engages in natural back and forth dialogue. Just like you was testing a person. You know, you testing a friend, they respond back. Intelligent. It uses AI model trained on vast data to understand content and intent. That is context and intent. And then real time, respond instantly, 24/7. No waiting, no hold music, and no downtime. So how do AI chat block work? Let's start with a step-by-step process from the message to the block reply. What happens first? Well, you put in information. Step one, which is user's input. You type or you speak a message, a question, a request, or a command. Second, NLP processing. That is natural language processing, analyzing the text to understand the intent and the context. Yeah, I think that word. And then three, AI model. A training language model processes the input that you gave and generates a relevant response. Four, data retrieval. The block may search a knowledge base, database, or API for accurate information. And then finally, five, response send. The chatbot delivers its answer, text, card, link, or action back to you. So you see that's a process, and when you type in something and then you get that answer back. But this is the process. So what is it powered by? How does it operate like it operates? First, one of the parts of it is called large language models. That's LLM. Remember these terms because we're going to be talking about them throughout the presentation. Just like we're going to talk about NLP. The second part of that is transformer architect. And next is deep learning. And finally, APIS. All of these different parts make up your ability to use chat blocks. And we're going to talk about some different popular type of chat blocks in a little bit. So, but what are the different types of chat blocks? Before we get to what are they, let's get to the different types. The first is called rule-based blocks. And this is earlier type. It follows a predetermined script and decision tree. Can only respond to specific inputs that they're programmed for. It's like a clock, you tell your clock, alarm clock, to wake you up at a certain time, or you set the clock on the clock to tell you the time. It's called rule based. The second type, or the most common use today, is called AI power chatbots. It uses machine language learning and NLPs to understand natural language, learn from conversation, and handles complex queries. You're familiar with it. It's ChatGPT, Google, Gemini, and Claude are some exact examples of the AI type of chatbots. And then there's hybrid blocks. And this is a combination of both. It combines rule-based structure with AI capacity, uses rules for common queries, and AI for conversations, nuanced conversations. These are mostly enterprise chat blocks and for banking purposes. And then you have what's known as task-specific chat blocks. This is like the specialized version. For example, a purpose built for one job, like booking appointments, processing orders, or answering domain-specific questions. This includes booking blocks, healthcare symptom checks, etc. Okay, let's talk about the most popular AI chat blocks today. And I say most popular because I know you've been seeing people, they're going to teach you in 20 days and 30 days AI. Most of those things they teaching you, you don't need. Let's focus on the most popular and most useful AI check blocks today. First is, and everybody probably know this one, is ChatGPT. It's the world's most popular AI check block, check block. And it's used by millions of people. Now, right here, they talk about GPT-4. Actually, GPT-5 is out now. And what is that does it focus on? Well, it focuses on writing, coding, research, and answering questions. And then you have Claude. Well, Claude focuses on safety and helpfulness. It's known for nuanced, thoughtful response. It analyzes, writing, and is used for complex reason. Let's go to Gemini or Google. This is a Google multi-model AI. It can understand text, images, and audio simultaneously. It's good for search, productivity, and creativity. And then you have Copilot or the Microsoft family. It integrates into a Microsoft 365 and Windows powered by AI, by an AI, open AI model. It includes office tasks, coding, and browsing. By the way, I do have all four, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, and Copilot. Each are like $20 a month. I use it because I have so many different things that I do that I switch according to what I'm doing. Okay, and then you have Perplexity AI. This is an AI-powered search engine that gives site source answers to questions. This is good for really deep research. Like when you're doing a deep research project, like historical type of thing, and you want to get really deep, or you're a doctor, or you want to do some really deep research. So this is good for research, background, and search. And then you have Aluma. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. This is an open source this is an open source LLM that anybody can download, modify, and run on their own hardware. This is mostly for developers, researchers, and customization. So, what where are AI chatbots used today? And this is only some of the areas. Of course, it's much larger than this, but time only permits me to talk about this. First is e-commerce and retail, product recommendation, order tracking, returns, 24/7 shopping assistant, and chart clock your cart um, recovery. Then there's healthcare, symptom symptom checking. They can check out what symptoms you have, appointment scheduling, medication reminder, patient triage, mental health support. And then you have banking, including banking, balance inquiries, fraud alerts, loan application, investment advice, and account troubleshooting. And then there's education, personalized tutoring, homework help, quiz generation, gener, quiz generalization, language learning, and student Q&A. Let me tell you, this is a game changer, especially in poor communities where there's failing schools. You can use this technique right here to actually make that a successful student using AI. We're using now and what we're doing in the different projects that I'm working on. So then the next one is consumer services. This includes ticket reading, frequently asked question, complaint handling, live agent handoff, and support escalation. AI is all over the place. HR and workforce, onboarding, policy questions, lead questions, IT help desks, employee feedback collection. So as you can see, AI chatbots is all over the place. And this is only six of the many that's out there. So let's talk about what are the benefits of Chat GPT? I'm sorry, what are the benefits of chat blocks? Well, every why businesses and users love them. First, probably one of the first and probably one of the most is that 24/7 availability. It never sleeps. It never calls in sleep. It serves customers around the clock across every time zone. Instant response. Zero waste time. Users get answers in milliseconds, improving satisfaction dramatically. Cost efficient. One chat block can handle thousands of conversations simultaneously at a fraction of human staffing costs. Infinitely scalable. Handle 10 to 10 million conversations with no extra infrastructure needed. Personalization. Remember users' preference and history to deliver tailored, relevant experience every time. And then there's data collection. Every conversation generates a valuable, valuable insight into customers' need, pain points, and trends. Now, let's talk about the challenges and some of the risks involved. First off, it could be misleading context. For example, if you put in ambiguous information or nuanced information, um, ambiguous phrases, you can get a wrong answer, leading and that's leading to a wrong answer or an unhelpful answers. In other words, what you put in is what you get. That's one of the things we teach in our class. Learn how to talk to this machine and what to ask so you can get the right one. Hallucinations. Oh my, yes. I know when I say yes, because I've seen this many times. AI can confidentially generate false or make up information, especially on specialized topic. So to resolve that, what I do when I put it in a query to AI on a particular subject matter and I get a response back, I then put it back in there and then ask it again. Or is this information right? And a lot of time it'll come back, no, this is right. And then I take that, for example, I take it from GPT, then I put it in Gemini, then I put it in Copilot, and then I put it in Claude. That's why I use all four of these different software to make sure I'm getting the right answer and not being embarrassed. And then you have privacy and data security. Conversation may contain sensitive personal data. Improper handling creates significant legal risks. And then you have users' frustration. You have poorly built blocks that can't escalate to a human agent or handle edge cases quickly enough. And then, of course, you have bias in response. We've heard this before in the media. AI trained on biased data can perpetuate and exemplify prejudice and its response. And then finally, keep them up with updates. You got to keep up with the updates. Okay, we're almost finished, folks. Let's talk about AI chatbot, stats, and market. I hope I'm pronouncing chatbot right. The numbers show how big it is. 27.3 billion globally by 2030. 80% of businesses, and this should be by 2026, 80% of businesses will expect to be using some type of chat blocks. It dominated in 25 and 26, 80% if not more. 2.5 billion people are using it worldwide right now. And if you're a business person, you're going to like this 30% reduction in customer service costs using these chat blocks. Do I have you smiling yet? Okay, chat blocks resolve 80% of routine queries without human involvement. 80%. Average chat block session lasts 6.5 minutes. Over 1.5 million people interact with chat blocks monthly. So, where do we go from here? What's next? Well, first is what they call multi-model AI. This is when chat blocks can see, hear, and speak, combining text, voice, images, and videos into one conversation. Emotional, intelligent blocks. I like that. detects users' emotion in real time and adjusting tone, speed, and content accordingly. Agent AI, agent AI, blocks that take action for you, banking, purchasing, research, and executing tasks. Then you have deep integration. Oh man, this is getting deep. You have deep integration embedded directly into AR and A and VR wearables, smart home devices, and everyday digital surfaces. When AR is what we call augmented reality, and VR is what we call virtual reality. I spoke earlier about there are different levels of AI. And this is probably level 3 that we talk about today. In my classes, we talk about all levels and how from level 1 to level 10. It's a lot of information out there that you want to know. Okay, takeaways. AI blocks are changing everything. I hope I pronounced all of the words correctly. If I didn't, so what? Anyway, AI Chatbots uses NLPs and machine language to stimulate human conversation. Users across healthcare, banking, education, and retail, and more. The market is growing. 27.3 billion by 2030. Challenges like hallucination and policy must be managed correctly or carefully. And the edge in the future brings multi-models, aging, and emotionally models aware to AI. My email is center for nonprofit and community at gmail.com.